Thank you guys for hopping on. Drea, Devontae, Christian, Crystal, Blake, Nick, Brandon, Janelle, Sam, Allie, Colton, and Kayla, if she's still lingering in the background. Welcome, guys. We're going to keep this really short. Like I said, we just wanted to go over, obviously, a lot of you guys are new, right? And you guys are all kind of experiencing the same stuff. You guys, a lot of you have been in for, 90 days or less. Most of you probably less, right? So we want to go over mindset stuff because obviously the success that you guys are going to have in your guys' businesses is never going to exceed your guys' mindset, right? And I know Colton and I personally have been doing this business literally full-time for over 2 years. Sam's been in the industry now for 18 months. And Allie, obviously 2 months in, but she's worked so hard on her mindset that we just feel like, no, we don't know everything. No, we're not perfect. We're still learning every single day, of course. But we do feel as though we have learned enough over the last, 18 months, 2 months to 2 years that we can at least come on and pour into you guys what we know, right? And what we have taught ourselves and what we've kind of poured into ourselves. And we want to obviously pour that back into you guys. But like I said, we're going to try and keep this short, 25 minutes or less. But we're going to kick things off. I'm actually going to bring Colton on, who's with me. Me and him just got done wrestling outside in the snow. And
I won.
Well, he cheated, and he choked me out and drowned me in the snow. But who's counting? But anyway, guys, yeah, Colton's going to kick things off. And then we're kind of just going to go around the horn. I'll share, Allie will share, Sam will share. And then I think we actually have Mikey, for those of you guys that haven't met him yet. He will be joining us a little bit later, so kind of a special guest. But no, Colton's going to go ahead and get us kicked off, man. So if you want to go ahead and take it away.
Well, thanks, everyone, for jumping on. Like Tyler said, we go through the same, everyone goes through the same stuff.
Yeah.
The only reason why, Tyler and I are where we're at is because we never quit. Like, that's the only reason. Like, if the only way you fail is if you quit. But the number one thing that I feel that got us to where we are and getting us to where we're going is we sold ourselves. So my topic is sell yourself. Sell yourself on you. Like, that's step number one. Like, sell yourself on you. You need to have bulletproof confidence. Like, that's the ultimate key. You need to be so confident in yourself. Like, I can have whatever I want. Like, I can make millions of dollars. Whatever your why is, like, I can hit rising star. I will become a millionaire. I will become a platinum. I will travel the world. I will get you need to have confidence in yourself. So selling yourself on you, believing that you can achieve anything and everything. Like, I believe that because we are all God's highest form of creation, like 100%. Like, we are worthy of everything and anything. Like Allie says, we are abundant. We're worthy of everything. So I believe that I'm going to get, whatever I want. And that's just a good mindset to have. It's not cocky. It's confidence. Sometimes people call that cockiness. It's confidence. So have your confidence. And that I feel that is the key. Sell yourself on yourself. And obviously we're in business. You guys are all live promoters. So that means sell yourself on entrepreneurship. Sell yourself on live. Sell yourself on network marketing. You guys can't go, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Like, sell yourself on what you're doing. Like, you got to be so confident in entrepreneurship. Like, entrepreneurship is the future. Network marketing is the future. Like, sell yourself on, this is an absolute amazing platform. Live is revolutionary. Like, Tyler and I and Sam and Allie, all of us, we've sold ourselves on Live. So my topic, I know Maribel just jumped on, my topic is sell yourself. So we sold ourselves on Live. Like, no matter what, like, I sold myself on the membership. Like, I pay $99 a month. I get a $160 in value. I don't pay for it now because I got free customers, but I sold myself on the platform. I sold myself on Live. It's an amazing concept. It's going to be a multi-billion-dollar company. I sold myself on it. So what does that mean? If I sold myself on something, I'm never going to quit because you sold yourself. So if the people who quit never sold themselves, you know what I'm saying? Like, you guys have to sell yourself on Live, on what you're doing on this platform. And things go wrong sometimes, but resell yourself. Tyler and I resell ourselves all the time. Like, reset, readjust, like write your goals down, like reset yourself in the mornings and be like, man, Live is amazing. Like, look what we're actually doing. Like, Christian had that realization the other day. went through his website and was reading and listening to everything, he resold himself. He's like, shit, like Live is actually an amazing company. Like this is an amazing mission. So sell yourself on Live, sell yourself on entrepreneurship. It is the future. You guys are all here for a massive reason. Like this is a big step already, becoming a Live promoter. And you guys sold yourself on Live some way, but all I'm saying is 10x. Live, sell yourself 10x, like 100%. You're sold. And then sell yourself on your why. Like why? Like why? You guys all deserve. This just ties into selling yourself on you. You guys all deserve everything you want. Like, so sell yourself on that. Sell yourself on getting and achieving whatever you want. And then I'm just gonna end with, how are you gonna sell Live, or how are you gonna sell other people if you haven't sold yourself? Like I sold myself on Live, so that's why I'm so confident talking to other people. So if you guys aren't confident in talking to other people, it's because you guys haven't sold yourself yet. So sell yourself on the platform, sell yourself in entrepreneurship, sell yourself on you, because you guys are God's, like I said, highest form of creation, and are capable of having anything and everything you guys want. So sell yourself on you, sell yourself on entrepreneurship, sell yourself on Live, and that is my quick training. I don't know who I'm kicking it off to.
Yeah, I'll take over
next.
from here. No, great job, Colton. Obviously, guys, if you guys took away something from that, please, please, please put something in the chat box. Or if you guys got nothing away, I hope you guys took something away. If you guys want to pull out a pen and a notepad and take some notes, guys, like you guys need to be note takers. You guys need to learn. So many people put 4 years into college and they won't put the same amount of energy and effort into their business, guys. You guys need to be learn-it-alls, not know-it-alls. Know-it-alls are despised in this new economy. You guys need to stay a learn-it-all. We stay learn-it-alls all the time. I still read books. I still listen to audios, right? I still get on every Team Mojo call. I get on every Live Live. I stay plugged in, and I'm wanting to learn because I don't have the results that I want yet. Does that make sense? Like, if I don't have a result in my life, I need to learn something, right? My success will never succeed my level of mindset. My mindset is not there yet. If I already had the level of thinking that was equivalent to my goals, I'd already have them, right? So like that's the way that it works. So that's going to tie in perfectly, guys, like what Colton just talked about, selling yourself. And the last thing he said was sell yourself on your why. And I know we already went over the whys, and we go over this in your guys' R2R trainings, and it's super, super important. Like what's going to make you keep going when it's tough? Like ask yourself, who loses if you don't win? Some of you guys have different whys, whether it's your friends, your family, right? Your future kids, your future wife, your future spouse, your future husband, like whatever it is, like who loses truly? Who else loses other than you if you don't win, right? Because if it was just you, you're just going to keep doing what you're already doing because you're already taking care of yourself. But there's always a bigger picture involved. But guys, the thing that we love about this industry is, and you guys have heard me say this, is it's so black and white, right? Like if you go put in the work, you will be compensated for it. And if you do nothing, you won't be compensated for it. That's just the cold hard reality, guys. You get out what you put in, right? And we have, at the end of the day, the same comp plan, the same memberships, right? Like we all, like me and Colton promote the same exact company, right? Mikey, who just hopped down here, we promote the same exact company, same comp plan, same leadership, same founders, same everything. Why is it that some people have success, other people don't? Guys, you guys just need to make the decision, bet on yourself. You're doing this for you. And you guys already believe in yourself enough because you already took the leap of faith to get started. But guys, the only way you fail, truly, and you guys have heard us say this, but it's the facts, and you're never going to hear us stop saying this, the only way you fail is if you do absolutely nothing or you quit. That's it. If you do a little bit and just stay consistent, you guys, a lot of you guys are all busy. We get that. So are we. We all have lives. We've got stuff going on, right? But if you do a little bit every single day, the compounded effect of that is ultimately what 3 years down the road, 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road, that's what's going to ultimately make the difference, right? And you guys can't play the comparison game. This is what I and Colton as well, like if you guys have ever taken the Gallup Strength Finders test, one of our, like both of ours, like top 3 strength, one of them is competition. So we find it very easy to play the comparison game, right? Like I'll look at people who have a lot of success, and you guys probably know what I'm talking about to some extent. You look around on social media, right? You like get on these calls, you get on the Live Lives, you see people hitting ranks. It's easy to look around and play the comparison game, right? But you can't do that because you guys are just getting started. It's just like saying, I'm going to go start playing basketball tomorrow. And I played basketball with Brandon Herrick before. He knows how bad I stink, right? And like, I'm not going to just go decide that I'm going to be as good as LeBron James and just be as good as LeBron James tomorrow, right? You aren't going to get started in this industry and be, you know, necessarily as polished or as skilled as, you know, Colton or myself or Sam or Allie or Mikey, the people that have been doing this longer, because you guys are just getting started. We were in the same position. We had to learn what, you know, we didn't know what we didn't know. But as you go through the repetitions, guys, it's just like going to the gym. It's always the hardest right away in the beginning. But the more repetitions you do, the more numbers you go through, the more people you talk to, the more repetitions you put into building this business, the more no's you get, ultimately builds your skill set, right? And which that kind of leads me into my next point, right? The production levels of this. There's a big difference between being productive and being active, right? Everybody's active. Like I've talked to a lot of people in the team before that are like, man, I just did like 3 hours of social media marketing, man. Did you see my Snapchat story, bro? It was lit. Did you see my big Facebook post? Guys, that's all fine and cool. And like, there's a place for all of that, but that is considered active, not being productive. You guys are paid for two things. You're paid for signing up customers, and you're paid for helping customers get customers, AKA promoters, building a team. That's it. You guys will not get a paycheck for putting a Snapchat story on your story. You might get a lead, but you aren't going to get paid for that, right? You get paid when somebody goes to your website and literally purchases something. Just like with any business, right? Walmart does not get paid by putting out an ad. They get paid by somebody coming to the store and buying something off the shelf. So guys, that's when it comes down to, what am I doing that's actually pushing volume, pushing productivity in my business? Don't sell the thing. A lot of you guys, and we did the same thing, you guys are trying to do too much. So take the pressure off yourself. You know, don't overwhelm yourself. Sell the thing that sells the thing. Well, what sells the thing? For Colton and I, same as what you guys are being exposed to right now. We literally knew that we didn't know nothing. There was questions that we didn't know how to answer. We used the information. We connected them to experts. For us, it was Mikey, who just hopped on here. You guys will hear from in a little bit. And that's what we're doing for you guys. So we understand you guys aren't going to know every single thing right off the bat. That's why we're doing these overviews every single night. That's why we're doing these trainings, you know, every single week, because we want to be able to be the quote unquote experts for you guys to plug your people into. But again, so that's the productive versus the active, you know, kind of mentality I want you guys to think about. There's a difference between income generating activities, right, and just doing the busy work, right? So, you know, don't tire yourself out too much. Focus on the productivity. You guys are new. You guys got fresh lists. You guys are the most emotional in the beginning because you're just getting started, right? And then lastly, guys, your mindset going into this, you're going to be doing a lot of work in the beginning. Just like with anything, just like going to the gym, right? Just like Nick being in the Marines, right? Just like going and learning a new sport, learning a new skill, learning to play the piano. It's always the hardest right away in the beginning. It's the same thing here. Going through the repetitions, guys, you guys are going to do a lot of work in the beginning for a little pay. So over time, you will do little work for a lot of pay. There's a 90-day law in this industry. You are paid based off of work that you did 90 days ago. And some of you, most of you, haven't even been in the business 90 days. You know what I'm saying? Guys, this is not a get rich quick, and you guys know that. This is probably like a 3 to 5 year plan to where you never have to worry about money ever again. That's reality. If you treat it like a business, right? And we're not saying that that's how you guys need to treat it. You guys definitely don't need to. But if you treat this like a hobby, it'll pay you like a hobby. Hobbies generally cost money. They don't make you money. And if you treat this like a business, this can and will pay you like a business. So just to recap, guys, production versus being active. Your mindset going into this is you're doing a lot of work now to get a little bit, but you're eventually going to be doing a little bit for a lot, right? That residual is going to catch up. And then lastly, guys, just stay consistent. The only way you fail is if you quit or do nothing. That's it. That's it. But that's going to be a perfect segue into Sam. I'm going to bring Sam on next.
It's going to be Mikey. It's going to be it's a perfect segue for Mikey because Mikey's a prime example. Awesome job, by the way.
Oh, thanks.
Mikey's a perfect example of never quitting. If Mikey quit 6 years ago when he started network marketing, none of us would be here. Mikey's the one that no one has met yet. But this guy is a legend. He's the man. He's the myth. Definitely a myth right now.
The legend.
But he is fucking back, and he's excited. And no, so this guy, I'm telling you, this is the guy that Tyler and I've been working with, for 3 years now. Helped us. Every word that's coming out of our mouth has came out of his. We're sponges. That's the number one thing in network marketing in life, is to find a mentor and be a sponge. If you say what they say, usually you get what they have 100% of the time. And we got what Mikey's got. We work full time with Liv, and that's what Mikey does. So Mikey, if you just want to come on, introduce yourself, and just go into your little segue on what you want to train about, and then I'm just excited to see you, man.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Can you guys hear me all right?
Loud and clear.
You're good.
So, first off, I'm very proud of Tyler, Sam, Colton, Allie, everyone on this call tonight. I'm incredibly impressed, super proud of just the leadership, and the role that you've stepped into is unbelievable. But like Colton was saying, as far as like how I got started in this industry and how me and Colton got connected, and really what's really crazy, and you may not realize this or not, but the whole reason you guys are even on this Zoom tonight is because 3 years ago, I met Colton Winkleman. It was through a mutual contact on Twitter, which I don't even really use anymore, but on social media, just to show you the power of just the world that we live in today on social media. And me and Colton met through a mutual contact. And like he was talking about, like the fortune is in the follow-up. There was a person that I was really, I was kind of like decent friends with. We met online. We stayed in contact. And he was really interested in my business, but he never joined in the very beginning. But I stayed in contact with him. So like Colton and Tyler were saying, the fortune is in the follow-up. So he was interested in what I was doing, but he wasn't ready at that moment to join. So I followed up with him every 2, 3, 4 weeks for about 12 months. So literally 1 year, I followed up with this guy. He finally enrolls into my business. And through him, within a matter of probably 30 days or so, he introduces me to Colton. So I end up meeting Colton through this mutual contact. Colton comes into the business. This was 3 years ago. And Colton ends up producing over $25,000 in volume in a single month. Hits silver elite rank and beyond in 1 month, and makes over $7,000 in profit. So that was my first initial contact with Colton. Colton didn't know anything about this business. He didn't know anything about this industry, but he came in, he was hungry, and he was coachable. And I told him, what's funny is this was before we even did Zooms. So me and Colton talked on the phone, and Colton's like Colton doesn't even know who I am. He's talking on the phone with me. I'm in West Virginia, he's in Wisconsin. We're not looking at each other face to face. This is over the phone. And he's like, this is some random dude in West Virginia. I don't even know who this guy is. I don't know anything about him. But for whatever reason, Colton said, I'm going to take the leap. I'm going to take the jump. And I'm going to go for it. And Colton didn't have the startup money to get started, but he found a way. He sold his TV. He sold, some video games and stuff. He came up with the startup cost. He got started, which showed me initially that he had that ambition. He had what it took to get started. So I knew he had potential to be a good promoter. You fast forward 30 days, he ends up being a silver elite qualified rank and made over $7,000 in profit. So this is someone that was 19 years old, dropped out of college, didn't have $400 to get started. 30 days later, he's got over $7,000 in his bank account because he made a single decision. He believed in himself, number one, most importantly, and he followed a system that we laid out for him. It was very simple, that was duplicatable, that anyone could do. And that's all that he did. So fortune is in the follow-up. I followed up with a guy for 12 months, literally 1 year. He enrolls. He didn't do a lot, but he led me to Colton, who went out and did 25,000 in volume in 1 month. So the point of this story is you just never know. You never know. I followed up with someone for a year. Are you willing to follow up with someone for 12 months? They may not do anything, but they may lead you to a Colton, to a Tyler, to a Sam. You never know. So the point is, the more of the story is the fortune is in the follow-up. So it takes, on average, 5 to 7 exposures before someone makes a buying decision. How often are you willing to follow up with someone before they come into your business? So if you reach out to someone one time, they may or may not join. Maybe the second time may or may not join. Are you willing to follow up with them every week for 12 months? And if you are, you may find yourself a Colton. And if you can find yourself someone like that leads you to a Tyler, that leads you to a Sam and an Allie and a Adriana, etc. Everyone else that's on the Zoom. You never know what markets across the US, Canada, and beyond that you could open up just by being consistent and following up with people. So that's my tidbit. That's my word of advice. I'm going to go ahead and kick it to someone.
I think it's Samurai.
Samurai.
Yeah, no, thank you, Mikey. I appreciate that. Again, guys, please. That was amazing, Mikey. Fortune is in the follow-up. That's actually in our notes for Colton and I that we were supposed to touch on, and we kind of just went down some rabbit holes and forgot to touch on it. But no, Mikey, that was obviously super, super key, and that's an amazing story. Guys, fortune is in the follow-up. That's it. People don't make buying decisions between 3 and 8 exposures on average, and usually sometimes more.
And
right?
Mikey could have quit. 5, when he was in his down times, when he was in his low times, which we're all going to go through. That's life. When Mikey could have, I'm done. Nope, I quit. I'm going back to working what is he doing? He wasn't a waitress.
He was a waiter.
Yeah, a waiter, not a waitress, but a waiter. He could have been back to his waiter job. Well, a waitress job actually for Mikey. He could have been back He could have been back waitressing, but no, he stayed consistent and sent out some more messages, followed up, and now his team. He's got the largest group of millennials in Live. So yeah, super cool.
But no, that's perfect. That's actually an even better transition for you, Sam, just because Sam's going to be talking about perspective. Sam, obviously, a lot of you have met him. Super, super huge heart, right? And his I know this story just gives me chills, and I don't think he's going to share it, so I'm going to. Right, his grandpa, right? Is it great grandpa or grandpa, Sam, that flew?
I'm going to talk about it.
You are. Well, I'll shut up then. Sam, take her away, my brother.
No, thank you. Now that's perfect, because what I'm going to talk about is something that I went through and still go through, but it's something that you guys are going through right now in your first couple of months of business, and that is getting rejected and hearing no. So you guys need to understand right now that rejection is never going to go away. Ever. Everything that you want is on the other side of more no's. The only reason why Tony, Rhonda, Nick, Blake, and any other top earner that's had more success than us is because they have heard more no's. Guys, rejection does not feel good. Not a single person on this planet likes rejection. If you meet someone that does, I would not hang out with them because there is probably something wrong with them. You need to understand that someone telling you no has nothing to do with you and everything to do with them and their mindset and their references. If someone says no to this, they are stuck in the matrix, plain and simple. That's it. It's their loss. So what do? You go get another 100 no's, and by the time you do that, they will come around and join your business. I'm enrolling people this week that I've been following up with that told me no for 18 months. No joke. So I'm sensing that there are people on this call that are letting rejection fuck with their emotions. And I've been there. So has Colton, so has Tyler. I remember feeling very fearful, and it made me not want to talk to anybody. And so if you can relate to that, it is time to shift your perspective. There's no reason to be scared. You're not in danger. Your life is not in danger. Rejection is not something to be afraid of. Being alone in the woods and seeing a full-grown grizzly bear running straight at you, full speed, that is something to be afraid of. Doing something that my grandpa did in World War II is something to be afraid of. He was a tail gunner. When he was 18 years old, him and his crew were instructed to fly 10 missions over Nazi Germany. They flew 10 successful missions, got back, were expecting to go home, and got told to go fly 20 more. They got in the plane, they go fly 20 more. 25 more, actually. They flew a total of 35 missions, and they came back multiple times. Their plane was all shot up. At one point, my grandpa said they came back with 300 bullet holes in their plane. Like he was inches away from death. That is something to be afraid of. I was inches away from not even being here. So when I think about getting told no and rejection, when I start to get down on myself, I think of stuff like that. I put it in a different perspective, and I suggest you do the same. Because, like, are you kidding me? A no? That's what we're afraid of? That's it? No, fuck that. Dude, bring on the rejection. If that is the scariest thing you have to do on a daily basis is deal with rejection, then consider yourself extremely lucky. Okay? So the takeaway here, guys, is that the people who are the most successful in this business are the ones who went through the most bullshit. The other weekend, myself, Tyler, Colton, we were talking to Mike Craig, who's a millionaire in Lib. You guys will meet him someday. And he told us, like, he's like, the only difference between you and me is that I've been through more bullshit. And that's the truth. The fact of the matter is, you're going to go through bullshit no matter what you do in life. So you got to pick your path. Like, do you want to go through bullshit to end up working a job that you don't like that's going to pay you $40K a year without any freedom? Or do you want to go through the same amount of bullshit to get to a place where you're making 6 figures a month like Tony and Rhonda, living a life of your dreams, doing what you want, when you want, with who you want? Both end results are going to require bullshit. So it's just up to us to decide what's worth fighting for. All of us on this call have made our decision. So that's all there is to it, guys. You got to put the no's in perspective. It is nothing to be afraid of. And that is the bullshit that everybody has to go through to get to where they want. You can't get around it. So just start callousing your mind. It's always going to feel bad, but you can start training your mind to react to it more optimally in a better way. That's what I got, guys. Back to you.
Awesome. I love that, Sam. Woo! Go through the bullshit. Everyone's going through the bullshit. The only reason why the millionaires, the 6-figure earners are where they're at is because they went through more bullshit. And they never quit. The only way you fail is if you quit. Never quit. Never give up on your dreams. Never give up on yourself. I love it, Sam. That was so beautiful. Now we're going to kick it to Allie for the last part of the training. Allie, at the end, I'm excited to hear from you. I'm excited to feel this energy. Kick it back to Tyler, and let's wrap this up.
Hi, guys. I'm going to talk about toughness and the difference between a weak mindset and a tough mindset, because if you're going to succeed in this, you have to be tough. So there's 2 big elements that I'm going to talk about tonight that sets apart a tough mindset from a weak mindset. The first element is expectations. What are your expectations, and are you addicted to them? Do you get upset when people don't recognize you? Do you get upset when people you look up to don't comment on your posts on social media, or when they don't respond to your comments? Do you expect people to know your name and who you are? Do you want to be paraded around? Do you feel entitled that someone should be doing something for you just because you did something for them? Do you get upset when people tell you no? Do you get upset when people don't get the message of live or when they don't respond to your messages? If you're getting upset at these things, it means you're addicted to expectations. And that's a trait of a weak mindset. I don't expect one damn person to remember my name. I don't expect Rhonda or Tony to recognize me alongside Tyler and Colton on Zooms. I don't expect anyone to know who I am. When I go to Cancun in 2 weeks, I don't expect anyone to know my name. I don't even expect Mikey to know who I am or give me the time of day. Nick Sarnicola has no idea who I am, and I don't expect him to. I don't expect you guys to come to me for advice. I don't expect you to follow me on Instagram. I don't expect you to engage with me. I'm going to continue to show up regardless, and I'm going to provide value. I don't care if I'm ignored, because one day I will be so good that you can't ignore me. I will be so good that Ron and Tony can't ignore me. I will be so good that Nick Sarnicola can't ignore me. They will know who I am. They will know my name. And one day you will be so good that they can't ignore you. But you can't get addicted to expectations, and you can't attach on to the outcomes. Expect nothing. Expect nothing. Be grateful for everything. Does it feel good to be recognized? Or when you guys reach out to me for advice, fuck yeah, it does. But I don't attach onto that feeling, because if I'm continually providing value, then that will stop. If I'm not continually providing value, that will stop. So that's the first component to a weak mindset versus a strong mindset. The second element is people using their circumstances as an excuse as to why they can't create success. So people will say, I have been trying so hard. I've been reaching out to people. I messaged 100 people last week, blah, blah, blah. Okay, what's the point in saying that? Quit then. So what? This isn't going to happen overnight. Keep going. Stop the excuses. The person that can't be stopped is the person that says, I don't care if this takes me 10 years to become successful. I'm going to keep going because the time is going to pass anyway. So if you're saying to yourself, well, I can't because I have a full-time job, or I have a kid, or I need sleep, or I have to go to the gym, or I'm broke, I don't have time, whatever, stop the fucking excuses. Stop the pity party. There are people that have it worse than you. Step up for the other single moms. Step up for all the other people that were abused as kids. Step up for whatever it is that you're going through. Step up for all the people that cannot afford rent. Step up for all the people with shitty alcoholic parents. Step up for all the other rape victims. Step up for your fucking family. Step up for yourself. Guys, step up. Level up. Step up for everyone else that is going through what you're going through. Stop the excuses. Stop the pity party. You're not going to weak your way up to the top. It's time to step up. It's time to level up. Decide what you want and make it happen. Be so good that they can't ignore you. Do something so they remember your name. Stop the pity party. Kill your expectations. Quit the excuses. The only difference between where I'm at, where you're at, is that I made a decision. I decided that I am a leader. I am an influencer. I am a mentor. I am providing value. I am needed. I am wanted. I am worthy. You have all that within you. Everything that we're doing right now and creating, you have within you. You just need to fucking decide that you want it and stop the excuses and take action, and don't let your feelings get in the way. Be so good that they can't ignore you. Decide what you want. Decide, are you all in, or do you just want this to be a cool, fun little side gig? There's no right or wrong answer. Just decide what you want. Do you want to be a leader? Do you want to make $1 million? Do you want to be an influencer? Do you want to be on stage one day? Okay, decide. Take action. Stop the fucking excuses. Don't let your feelings get in the way. Don't attach on to expectations, and go and make it happen.